All right, guys, welcome back. Today, we're going to review liquid dApps. Honestly, to give you the front-up answer, this is a great project. Awesome, amazing. All right, so the reason I am doing this series is because diagrams are an easy way to see the overall health of a project. And you look at this diagram, and you can see that there's a lot of green. That means that this project is very strong. You got some yellow, which means that these things don't really affect the price. But most of this is a green, which is excellent. But let's start with the negative things. And there's only really one thing that's negative, and that is that this project has been in a bull market for several months now. It is up over 10x. You never want to buy something unless you're momentum trading. But you never want to buy something that's in a bull market because you're towards the high. But this is a great project, and it's still got a very low market cap. So that's why I still ranked the tokens on the sell side to be low. Because this project is excellent. And one of the reasons it's excellent is it already has a niche. If you read business books, you know that businesses that are likely to grow are ones that are already servicing a market, such as when Amazon first started, it was selling books to college people, to college students. And so it already had a market that was paying for some of its bills. It already had some income streams. It was already set up. And so it was capable of moving to new niches because it already was already servicing someone. So projects like that are much stronger. Someone who's actually has working products that people are using. VRAM is what is currently being used from liquid dApps, and that allows for EOS to scale infinitely. So it has a valuable niche, and that's why we're seeing this price performance. Developers get that this project is valuable, and that's why we're seeing the price performance. So let's keep going. All right, so regarding the total supply of Dapp, most of the supply is not released, and that is generally a bad thing. However, the inflation rate is very low, so it doesn't really matter if the token rate could be infinite as long as this has a relevant services, as long as the Dapp project is supporting services. It will be relevant. So it doesn't really matter that there's a large token supply because the rate of inflation is 2.2%. But even if the rate of inflation was to go up, the people in control of the inflation rate are the token holders. That's an excellent model. Having the token holders decide the inflation rate means that they're going to choose an inflation rate that is in the interest of the token holders. So that is an excellent aspect of this project. All right, so let's keep going up the chain. So we have tokens per person, which is influenced by how difficult this is to acquire and more people using the project. This isn't really affecting it. The fees, there is not a fee regarding the Dapp project. There is not a burning structure. They do not burn tokens for fees. There is also not a time lockup for the Dapp token. Locking up the tokens does not give you extra voting weight. However, you can vote for DSPs, the Dapp service providers. So there is a voting mechanism built into Dapp, which is good. But the strength of that is relatively low, but we'll talk about that in the future. So Dapp is mostly undiscovered. It's not on many exchanges. It's for basically people that are in the US ecosystem. And there's good developers that are working with Dapp in the Ethereum ecosystem for Reddit, scaling Reddit and things of that nature. But for the retail investor, basically the EOS community is the only insiders on this project. So that's good. There's not a lot of people that are aware of this project. It's on a few exchanges. The more difficult something is to acquire, that's when you want to get into it, before it's listed on exchanges, because that's, before the price will move a lot. Liquid dApps is designed to be easy to use. It's even one of the things that they talk about. They want the Dapp utility to be accessible as if it's a native property of the EOS resources. It's designed to be as if it's native to EOS for developers. So it's easy to use. And so more developers are going to use it. And that understanding of easy to use is awesome. Okay. Going up. The Dapp token is, a lot of people in the EOS system are aware of it. They don't have a marketing budget that I could see, but a lot of EOS developers talk, and they're talking about Dapp because, as you'll see, there's many talented people involved, and it services a lot of their needs. All right. The token gives you a vote for DSPs, as we've mentioned earlier, and the Dapp service providers, they offer services to the Dapp network, and they choose how much Dapp token should be staked to them in order to have access for their services. So they choose an amount that you have to lock up in order for you to have access to them, and they are paid in the inflation. That 2.2% rate of inflation is paid to the DSPs. So they want Dapp to be successful. They want to offer good services. They want high value services, because that means they'll make more Dapp tokens. So it's an interesting ecosystem that they have designed. So the question is, anyone could be a DSP. They don't need someone to vote for them. They mentioned that the token does vote for DSPs, but I couldn't see what that means. I went through the white paper, and it didn't say it was in control of them, because anyone could be a DSP. So I think it's more of a presence, like this is reputable. That's what it seems to be. Like you vote for the reputable DSPs, and that might be some reputation system that's built in. The DSPs are more technical though, so I guess when I do review this project in the future, we can go more deeply into that. But you can read through their white paper if you want to find out more about that, and you'll see the information and where I found that information below. So, developer compensation. DSPs make the inflation reward, so there's a lot of developers that will work in the DSP space, especially since the Dapp token is increasing in price. So that will attract a lot of programmers. And since it allows for EOS to scale, or any application to scale, there's going to be a big demand for those rewards. And there's also an allocation at launch given to the developers who are in control of the contract of the Dapp token on EOS, or the Dapp platform. So they have a clear mission statement, and their mission statement is to scale blockchain, make it easy, and make an easy development environment. So that's great. They understand that having a clear mission statement is important, and that is their mission statement. In the future, they're going for virtual CPU. So RAM has certain capabilities, and CPU has certain capabilities within the EOS network. So they're going to build this in the future, as well as making RAM-less accounts. Now that, I don't know about you, but that sounds amazing. Having accounts that don't need RAM for EOS, and the implications that you can think of there. They're going to have inter-blockchain communication. I'm not sure where their current progress with this is, but that is exactly what that's one of those hot topic things today, is having projects that can intercommunicate. All right, the developer team. Basically, well, I've heard this name a lot, Tal Mescal. He's one of the talented people in the EOS community. And Benny Hackok, I'm sorry if I mess up that name. That's these people, this is the Bancor director and the Bancor chief technical assistant. Basically, if you look at the developer team, a lot of them are from Bancor. They're the Bancor people from the many different aspects of Bancor, and that gives you an A+. Bancor is great. They're one of the first. If you've been in blockchain, you know that the Bancor people came up with the Bancor algorithm. They came up with the Bancor tokens, the swapping, the staking your. They came up with a lot of things. They're very, very talented group of people. So this is one of the greatest teams on any project, and that's why I'm even doing this project first, because I've been seeing a lot of excitement around this project on Twitter, and so I had to investigate and come up with this review. All right, so we got some business priority upgrades. Yeah, we'll see some of that because the DSPs are going to be interested in the future upgrades, so that will be marked as good. All right. Yes, and this is one of the most important things of any crypto project. It influences a lot down the line. Having people that are talented and have a record. So that's one of the strongest aspects of this project. And now we're getting to the token, general aspects of the token. We believe that the services provided will go up in value because they have good roadmaps. And so the services provided will go up. That means there's going to be more created demand for this token in the future. And this token is tied for services. So it's not useless. There's many projects that they have a token, it doesn't do anything. But this token is not one of those tokens. This token pays for DSP services through the inflation mechanism, and it's locked up for access to the rights of DSPs, Dapp service providers. That's a great model. This is a really good token model. This is the target markets: oracles, interblockchain communication, and Dapp developers. That's who's being targeted in the future and now. And so all of these things mean that ultimately, as time goes on, this project will see an increase in demand for this token. Most likely. It is very likely that this project will increase in price. And that is my first review. And I hope you guys liked it. If you have any suggestions in the future for my videos or what aspects of a project I should go over and add to these reviews, feel free to leave a comment and give me some feedback. I'll love to hear from it. All right. Thanks, guys.